Going on to all my Virgos, so we back at it again. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Lovers, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the World, the Five of Wands, Five of Swords, Emperor, and Eight of Cups. Okay. So what I'm seeing for Virgos, right, is the Hierophant, okay, which represents how you need to learn to use your higher instincts, okay? And then you have the Ten of Swords and the Lovers. You need to learn how to use your higher instincts and understand that a lot of the betrayals that you've had in your life when it comes to romantically is actually an exaltation, really. In Vedic astrology, wherever it is that Venus is debilitated, it's actually celebrated instead of Venus accelerated in Vedic astrology, okay? And the reason for that is because wherever Venus has problems, that's considered a good thing, because you have to actually understand love and been in love before and have a, overall general pretty good understanding of love in order to actually attain that type of love. So considering the fact that, and I made a video about this, it's going to be coming up after this batch. So watch out for this, Virgo. But where Venus has problems, right? Where Venus has problems, this is a situation for you where this is a good thing, because it means that you're not into what it is that most people are into when it comes to looking for love, which is the spending money, which is the trying to get attention and being flashy, trying to prove to other people that they have some sort of inner worth and outer worth, trying to prove that to other people. Now, the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Cups represents your Eight of Swords, Nine of Cups represents you, Virgos, are pretty much, you're sitting back and you're allowing other people this week, especially since we're in a Mercury retrograde, to let people do the things that they think that they need to do that will put them in a position to do all of that stuff, right? So if they want to get attention, if they want to spend some money on somebody else by paying somebody else's bills or whatever, you're just kind of sitting back and looking at how comical it is, right? To see that people who claim that, they want love so much are doing all of these things that they're supposed to know. You can't buy love, right? Money is not supposed to be able to buy love. And if it can, then it means that it's not really a long-term form of love in the first place. Utilizing people like they're some sort of commodities or inanimate objects is exactly what it is that people don't want, right? That's why it is that they say, don't objectify me, right? So the world now represents how, you're at this week, you're just willing to sit back and really allow people to do what it is that they need to do in order for them to ultimately be seen. And you're just observing it while at the same time remaining low key. And but we have ourselves a problem for you, Virgos, because you have the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, which represents, even though you are trying to remain low key, you're going to have somebody who's going to come up with some sort of reason, no matter how off the wall it is. You could see my face, right? To have some sort of problem with you. And that is the tragedy in all of it, right? Because due to the fact that, people will come up with things to dislike you, Virgos, to have a problem with y'all, even when they legitimately don't have a cause to. They just have to create something. They have to manufacture something just so that they can say, oh, I don't necessarily like you, Virgos, right? For this, and this. And it sounds satirical, right? So the things that the next couple of cards is the Emperor and the Eight of Cups. The Emperor and the Eight of Cups is about how, since this is the case, this means that you Virgos need to understand that don't even pay attention to those people. You don't even have to engage with those people. Just get right up on out of there. And the Emperor and the Eight of Cups represents you don't have to pay attention to them really at all. You're really only going to be using your own fire in vain, because yeah, you can pretty much, with your quick wit, you can pretty much disprove them to be wrong or make them look dysfunctional. But at what cost, though? You just wasted some time trying to do that. So the Eight of Cups is about how you have to learn to leave that alone, right? And let them continue to be delusional in that sense, you know? Okay, so let's clarify the Emperor. Because the Emperor, no, excuse me, not clarify the Emperor. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Because the Eight of Cups, slip of the tongue. The Eight of Cups means that you're actually walking away from this catastrophe that these people have right now, running around like mindless zombies, trying to look for this Venetian or love during this Mercury retrograde that more than likely they're not going to find. So, so let's get into it, right? So you have the Six of Cups, okay, the Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Ten of Wands. So y'all already know what the Six of Cups means. You're going to have people who are going to come back. This is Mercury retrograde after all. A lot of people, what happens when Mercury goes retrograde, Virgo? The people that you haven't necessarily spoken to, because more than likely they did some sort of mess to get you to start distrusting them, now they want to come back. Now they want to make everything seem like they learned their lesson. They understand what it is, even though they're the same dysfunctional people as they were before. They're going to try to go through this whole merry-go-round or whatnot, or this wheel, right, this hamster wheel about how they've changed and they're different now. But the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands represents, the Four of Pentacles is about how you're very much so on your square, and you Virgos aren't pretty much buying what it is that they're selling. And then the Ten of Wands represents, you don't want to hear what it is that they have to say, because a lot of you Virgos gave them a fair shake. You gave them a fair try. And remember, they didn't take you seriously, right? A lot of other zodiac signs tend to not take Virgo seriously because we masquerade ourselves as the Fool, right? Because I'm a Virgo. But the Fool is the most powerful tarot card in the entire deck. That includes the major arcana. That includes everything. It's the most powerful. So while they're thinking that you Virgos are not as bright as they are, or you're not up to par, or trying to find some sort of way to disqualify you, you have to ask you Virgos have to ask yourselves, is what I'm trying to say. Why exactly would with all of this trying to prove that they're so much better than you, why are they coming back to an individual that they have, in their mind, in their delusion, proven that they're supposed to be so much better than? I don't know. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. Okay. Let's clarify the Five of Wands here. Okay, so you have the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, the Chariot. Okay. So the Hierophant represents, again, these people who have to have a problem with you, again, they're not, you know, the lights are on, but there's nobody home. You know what I mean? The lights are on, but there's nobody home, in the sense that, what are they doing this for? They're doing all of this jazz, trying to get on your nerves, trying to get you upset, trying to get you Virgos angry, trying to get you Virgos, you know what I mean, to make it seem as if they have such a problem with them. But it's exactly like what it is that William Shakespeare said. Me think thou art protest too much. The more they try to, the more they try to do all of this, the more they try to, what does that mean? What it means when me think thou art protest too much is, they spend so much time trying to convince you that they have so much of a problem with you, is that they're actually getting the opposite effect. Because if, you know, if they think of you Virgos as being inferior, they're supposed to just think of you as being inferior and go on about their life. But they have to spend so much time trying to tell you how inferior you are every time they get a chance to talk to you. Something's up. Something's up. And then the Ace of Cups is just that. See it for what it is. The Chariot represents how you're not the problem in the situation. They're the problem. If you're not doing anything against the law, if you're not, like, you know, if you've left them alone, why do they feel the need to come back time and time again? Here, over and over and over again. So the Chariot represents, this just shows you how much of an issue and a problem, I should say, overall, that for a long-term period with you Virgos, that they just can't seem to get over. They, with all of this superiority that they think that they have, for some reason, they can't seem to be able to get over how prepared for love you are, and how you're unwilling to do a lot of the dysfunctional things that other people are willing to do to get love, but actually never achieves it, or very little chance that they achieves it. They want, it sounds to me like they want to find out your secret. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.